Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, I just kind of zoned out there for a second. Like I said, train of thought, train derailed, severe irritation. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I wanted to share with you guys something that I heard the other day from a customer. Was extremely profound and very beautiful. We were talking about grief. And she said that I've learned that grief is like picking up a very heavy weight. At first it's impossibly heavy and it feels like it's almost unbearable and impossible to actually carry. But after a while, once your strength starts building up again, it seems a little bit easier to carry. That's one of the things I've told people is that grief isn't something that you get over. It's not something that that ever goes away. That person will always be in your mind and your heart. But that's a good thing, because in you, essentially, they kind of live on. At least I think that's a good thing. Like I said, Greg, one of his greatest fears that he told me when he passed away was that he would be forgotten. And I told him that's never going to happen. Not with me around, not with the kids around. So, and you've heard me on many of my other videos and such, you've heard me quote my grandmother and the things that she's taught me, the things that Greg taught me, the things that every person has taught me. There's a reason why everybody comes into your life. And sometimes it's to help you learn, to help you grow. Sometimes it's for a lesson, and sometimes it's for love. Which I guess could be a lesson in and of itself, huh? Learning how to accept being loved. Especially a lot of us who have suffered from abuse. We are essentially led to believe that we don't deserve actual love, unconditional love. It takes them a while to institute into that, but that's one of the reasons why a lot of predators will seek out those that have suffered from narcissistic or some kind of abuse, especially mental abuse. Many people don't really realize how much of a physical toll that mental abuse can take on us. I've often said you don't have to hit to hurt. And there are some scars that lie very deep. Sometimes those are even the hardest scars because nobody sees them. And so, essentially, you kind of believe that they're not actually there. But they are, unfortunately. And sometimes you've got to treat them like a physical ailment. Treat them like a physical wound. Because that's the only way that they're going to heal, is by acknowledging that they are there, by acknowledging that it does hurt. And that's really hard for a lot of us, I know I'm one of those. I'm very hard on myself a lot of times. I've been I've been passing a kidney stone for the last couple of weeks. And it's not my first one. You know, I've had many before in the past. It's due to, well, I won't get into, essentially it was due to getting preeclampsia with my firstborn. And it really took a toll on my body. And so, unfortunately, not the first kidney stone. Possibility it might not be the last. But you know me, I usually try to take something very painful or bad or whatever and try to turn it into a learning experience. And so what I have learned is that a teaspoon of coconut oil will actually help prevent the kidney stones from forming. So I've been, making sure to put like a teaspoon of coconut oil into my coffee or tea, whichever one you prefer might be good for you. I have also noticed that it does give me a little bit of energy for the day as well. So, very big fan of coconut oil. Not just because of the taste, but I do love the way it tastes. Also, I have found out that magnesium will help break up kidney stones. So I have been doubling up on those. I've also learned that apple cider vinegar will help too. And so I've been taking a teaspoon of that every day. And what I usually do is I'll put it in this apple cider vinegar tea that my newest adopted daughter gave to me. And so I've been, and of course, turmeric is really great for inflammation and things like that. So that's been helping too. But I'm trying to go the holistic route due to, honestly, the fight it is with the healthcare system. I did try going to the ER, and they said that they couldn't find anything, which is very funny because that's exactly what they said the last time that I wound up passing a kidney stone 2 weeks later. And I came back with, oh, here's that stone that I didn't have. So, sorry, I'm a bit upset with them right at the moment. It hurts even more to essentially be, dismissed and not believed. And I think that's a wound that runs rather deep for me. After my parents were arrested, they had everybody convinced that I wasn't telling the truth. And it wasn't until the judge released the videos that they had shot that they actually they did believe me. But there was a while that essentially people thought I was lying. And so, I think that's something I'm going to have to work on, is the point of, essentially being called a liar. But especially when it comes to medical things, because, like I said, the last time when they said that I didn't have a kidney stone, it made me doubt myself. I'm like, well, maybe I don't have a kidney stone, even though it had happened before. It's still, every time I'm kind of like, well, maybe I don't have a kidney stone. I don't know. But it's kind of hard to deny when you can actually feel it moving, and it's, the pain switches positions. So I'm kind of like, well, if I don't have a kidney stone, then what do I have? Because it honestly does, feel like a kidney stone. And see, I'm doing it again. I'm letting them make me doubt myself. And like I said, that's definitely something that I need to start working on. And this also brings me back to the point of, especially like mental abuse. You get dismissed, you get, disbelieved and things like that. And it has a tendency to make you doubt yourself. And it's not fair. It really is not. Granted, I know that there are a lot of people that you can't really take what they say. As my grandma used to say, you got to take what they say with a grain of salt. Essentially, kind of dig a little deeper into it and such. But I know I don't. I honestly have no need for it, for one, and for two, I don't like the feeling of lying. It makes me question a lot of things. I've always kind of put it into a point of introspection. If I'm lying to this person, what are they lying to me about? And that goes for even like seeing someone else, or, experiencing someone else lying to somebody else. It's kind of a point of, if they're lying, what was it? My late fiance, Dusty's sister, and her boyfriend used to say, well, don't tell, either don't tell Dusty or don't tell so-and-so this. And it's like, I really didn't care for that. I didn't like it, because it was like, if they're telling me not to tell someone else something, what are they telling someone else about me and not telling me? So I don't like the feeling. And I firmly believe that, if you don't want it done to yourself, don't do it to other people. But I'm hoping that very soon I'll be passing this kidney stone. It's in the last phases, thank goodness. I can literally feel it, and I have been feeling lately like exercise seems to be kind of help work it out a lot. So on that note, I am gonna get to work, and I hope that you take some time for yourself. Mental and emotional wounds, they're a lot like physical wounds. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, right? So, please, take some time for yourself. You do deserve it. Thanks. Hey everybody, so I had to take a really quick break to share with you a really great thing that just happened. A customer came in and gave me these with a card, and I didn't see who it was because, well, as I was saying, I was in the bathroom at the time, unfortunately. But the card says, sometimes it's nice to have a big hug from someone who cares. And it says, so I'm sending one just for you. It says, just saw you struggling yesterday. And it's signed a friend. And like I said, I didn't see who it was. She kind of took off right after that. But, you know, it just kind of goes to show, I had to share that because it just goes to show that there are people out there who do care. You know, like I was just talking about, sometimes it's hard for, you know, us to really see the good in people or in humanity. But there are some really great things, some really great moments that just kind of renew your faith. So whoever gave me these, I'm hoping that you're watching. Thank you so much. You really just made my night, and I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great, well, next couple of days, next couple of months, next couple of years, honestly. I guess that's how good I'm feeling. I'm just wishing all of you the best, and thank you again.